What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Got a cool one for y'all today. Y'all come on in. What's up, Camelish? What's up, Jaden? Y'all come on in. What's up, Sky? Y'all come on in. Alright, we'll get one more minute, y'all. We're gonna get started. Yep. What's up, Brian? All right, let us begin. Let us begin. Let us go ahead and get it in. Let us go ahead and get it in. Now, today's lecture is going to be more of a history lesson. We're going to take it back to before motherfuckers invaded our lands and took our shit and destroyed everything, murdered, destroying everything, and going around the fucking country, murdering, pillaging, and plundering, right? So, let's talk about how it all started. First thing first, let's talk about how it all started. We need to take a brief trip back to Pangea. Now, Pangea Once upon a time, Pangea, the land, was one, right? And during this time period, we were ancient gods or titans, actually titans, high-ranking titans among the ethers, right? Pangea or Pineal or Pineal, they become Pineal. That's what we was vibrating on. We had giant gold auras all around us. So, with that being said, at that time, of course, we migrated to different parts of the planet. We started in Antarctica, and we worked our way west. Why did we work our way west? Because at that time, the sun rose in the west and set in the east. So, of course, we always follow the path of the sun. So, actually, we came to the Americas, or what we know as Mu, first. You see what I'm saying? When we came to the Americas, or Mu, first, we settled in different parts. And they would go on to become the Chavan and Norte Chico, and eventually the Incas in South America. They would go on to become the Olmecs in Mesoamerica, and they would go on to become the Washita and various other branches of the Washita up here in North America. You see what I'm saying? So now, we were the first to do pretty much everything, because there's whatever happened to the Antarctican people, we know nothing about. We don't know if they went underground, whatever. But as far as we know, according to these motherfuckers, there is no living tribe in Antarctica right now. So since there's no living tribe, what's up, D? What's up, Whitney? Since there's no living tribe right now in Antarctica, that would make us the oldest people on the planet in the Americas. You see what I'm saying? In the Amarukas, or what we originally called Mu. Now, the whole planet at this time was known as Mu. You see what I'm saying? Because it went from Pangea or Pineal to Mu. You see what I'm saying? So that was the oldest name we had for the whole planet, which makes sense because, the whole realm was one over here. See what I'm saying? What's up, Tasha? So you got a lot going on here. So today we're going to focus mainly on North America. Matter of fact, this week we're going to be focusing mainly on North America. So, because there's a lot that's going on in our sector of the planet. You see what I'm saying? Our section or region of the planet. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of prophecies being foretold here. And we're going to get into some of those things as I go on in the lecture. But for now, just know that we are actually the oldest people on the planet. Our pyramids are the oldest. Our civilizations was the oldest. And what you're going to come to find out, the motherfuckers that's in power, aka the United States Corporation, has done nothing but steal our original civilization, usurp it, and use it against us. You see what I'm saying? All these factories and shit you see, most of them was already in operation. And only thing they did was usurp it from us. And throughout the wars, when we was losing against them, they took them from us and began to manufacture their own products, or actually their version of our products. They talk about cotton a lot. We was already doing it. We was already manufacturing cotton, because this area here was heavy with cotton. You see what I'm saying? We was already doing everything. The jeans, the t-shirts, we was already doing it. You see what I'm saying? The waves, the long wavy hair, the braids, the locks, the afros, we was doing that already. You see what I'm saying? The fashions that you see today that they've corrupted, so we was already doing that, y'all. Cotton was a very powerful resource over here on this side of the planet. So what you gonna come find out, the more you dig into your history, is everything was us, and all they did was take it from us and use it to, and all they did was take it from us and sell it back to us and made a profit off of it. That's what a corporation does. A corporation is not a legal It's not a sovereign embassy. It's actually a legal asset. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. There's a difference between a sovereign entity and a legal asset. A legal asset allows you to barter, trade, and make money and prosperity off of anything you do. Whereas a sovereign embassy is based off what's going on naturally on the land. You see what I'm saying? Those are the differences here. Those are the differences. What's up, Ed? What's up, Prince? So this is what you got going on here. That's what you got going on here. There's a difference. So before the United States Corporation moved their ignorant asses in, we was already doing it big. See what I'm saying? We had beautiful landmarks. We had beautiful obelisks, all that obelisk shit that they built in Washington D.C. They got all the blueprints from us, y'all. They told in the Nasara that I told y'all about, they had 6,000 patents that they ain't even revealing to you. So what makes you think that the shit that they have revealed to you wasn't already created? You see what I'm saying? Technologically wise, we had advanced engineering, we had advanced technology, we was advanced scientists, we was advanced mathematicians, and we were the oldest people on the planet. These motherfuckers have recorded the shit we was doing. They said while our indigenous ancient Egyptian homies was over there in Africa building the pyramids of Giza, we was sitting on our pyramids watching them and guiding them. You see what I'm saying? From afar. So that's how old our civilization is. Our civilization is billions of years old. You see what I'm saying? Maybe trillions of years old. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna take it back to trillions of years old. But we've been here. Shoot, we've been here. And you know, because they give you, they say they give you carbon dates. Well, carbon dates ain't shit but 50,000 years or 100,000 years. They don't want you to go too far back. They don't want you to be like 5, 10, 15, 20 million years, because then they got to look at themselves, because it makes them feel bad because they just got here. You see what I'm saying? They tell you that they superior to you, but they actually the ones with the inferiority complex. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on. This is what you got going on here. You know? So I'm be coming out a lot of, you know, the goddess, Empress Verdiasi, Tiara Washita, Turner Gosson Elbe of the Black Washita Empire. You see what I'm saying? Return of the Ancient Ones, her book, or whatever. So we're gonna be coming out of her book. A lot of things that she did, and a lot of research that she came across, because she was the last true empress of that particular generation of people. You see what I'm saying? Of beings. Now, what you're going to come to find out as I tell this story, or which is our story, my story, your story, black, melanated people, indigenous peoples of the North American branch of the world. You see what I'm saying? The originators. You see what I'm saying? The original Murs, or the Mu-ers, as we said. You see what I'm saying? Mu. What does Mu mean? Mu means original inhabitants of Mother Earth. Means Earth. So you see what I'm saying? Original inhabitants of Mother Earth. And in English, it's just Murs. Mu-er. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on. The original inhabitants, Mu, of Mother Earth, which is an ancient name for Earth. You see what I'm saying? Mu-ers. See, it was a Mu, M-U, apostrophe er. You see what I'm saying? And so with this energy, with this frequency, we became those beings. And we, as the Mu-ers, we set up powerful societies and civilizations all up and down the Americas. And when we started to migrate out into other sectors of the planet, like Nubia, which you know is Africa, Arigna, which you know is Europe, Abkhazian, which you know is Russia, and the ancient name for Asia is like Ashu or something like that. I had to get back to y'all on that. But yeah, Australia was Tasmania, and India was, you know, the Dravidians. You know, we already know about them, Dravidian. So we been here. We been here, people. We been here. Don't let them motherfuckers fool y'all. We been around here. We been doing our thing. So, now, let us begin. Who or what are the Ancient Ones? The Ancient Ones are the original inhabitants of the planet, aka the Washita. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? The word Washita can be translated in many ways. But we already know the word Washita really means children of the sun. You see what I'm saying? Once again, that's solar energy. So definitely, the word Washita means children of the sun. The solar, the soul. You see what I'm saying? And these Washita built empires, help assist build empires after they built their empires. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. And what's going on here is you got these beings, you know, who built this empire, whether it, you know, mainly the Washita Empire, who are also the Muskogee, or what y'all know as the Creek Indians, the Seminoles, the Osage, the Iroquois, the Khalifa, the, you know, just various other tribes, or Cheetah, you know, but some of these names are actually just, we just all refer to ourselves mainly as Washita. And later on, we will go Muskogee Washita, or Seminole Washita, or Yamasee Washita, because we are all part of the same family. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on, and it happened all over the region. You see what I'm saying? All over what we know it today is the United States of America. You see what I'm saying? Or Amaru, or Mu. The United States of Mu. So it was USM. You see what I'm saying? Or we just simply call it the Washita Empire. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, this is what you got going on. Or Amaruka, or Mamaruka, as time went on. So now, as we sit here building our civilization, you know, of course, like any civilization, you need flags, you need a culture, you need spirituality, you need I don't want to say governance in the words, but you need like a sovereign presence, which we know is the royal family or nobility. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So you need that. You need the warriors or your military, and you know, the artists and scientists and various other aspects of that make up a society, right? So this is what we did. Now our colors, as Marcus Garvey once told y'all, are red, black, and green. Now what made him channel the red, black, and green? Because Marcus Garvey is the precursor to the Great Awakening. You know, Marcus, the Honorable Marcus Moshe Garvey is the precursor to these events. You see what I'm saying? What made him channel the red, black, and green? And he literally said that the red, black, and green are the colors of the Negro Nation. He was not fucking around when he said that. Cause in Empress Verdiace's story, they tell you that these motherfuckers, the United States Corporation, these archons, when they moved in, they like to dig up everything, so even the dead don't have no peace fucking around with them. When they dug up everything, they came one particular digging site. They came across a particular burial site, and in this particular burial site, there was a particular empress of the Washita, and her name was, let me see here, her name was El Maria. I want to give you her whole name. That's just part of her name. Hold on here. Give you her whole name here. Let's see. 81. Give you the whole name of the goddess. You see what I'm saying? Her Highness Saint Cyr El Maria, the Washita Empress, and she was buried in 1814. You see what I'm saying? She was buried in 1814. So this the goddess Empress Verdiace says here, The Aya Maria had lain peaceful in her iron Egyptian casket for over 141 years, entombed in bricks, pitched with tar, carbon, and lime. So tar been around. They paving our streets, right? They pretend like they just made this shit up. So tar been around. Bricks been around. Lime been around. You see what I'm saying? You know, just realize what's up, Alexa. Just realize what's going on here. Pay attention to the things she said as we go along. Cotton factories, brick masons. They tell you that tar is something they invented. But if her fucking casket is made of iron tar and they just got here and she passed 1814, they didn't get here to America, North America, to the mid 1700s. You see what I'm saying? Early to mid 1700s. So how she already got a tar casket, you see what I'm saying, with bricks and everything, and it's made of iron. You know, we big on iron over here, right? We big on the usage of iron ore. In Alabama, from Red Mountain Park, all this shit is connected now. You see what I'm saying? It's all coming together. It's all coming together. See what I'm saying? So she said the Aya Maria had lain peaceful in her iron Egyptian casket for over 140 years. Notice she said Egyptian, so that made the connections between North America and Nubia, or ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying? But what y'all know today is Africa. They made that connection right there. You see what I'm saying? For over 140 years, entombed in bricks, pitched with tar and lime. Inside her tomb, around her casket, was a wealth of jewels and precious treasures lay within the protective shield. So it had a protective shield over it, you know, sort of like mummification. It was like opening a Pandora's box of the curse by some treasure-seeking white man, February 4th, 1955. This one they dug her up. You see what I'm saying? This one they dug her up. So definitely. They said the casket is approximately 6 feet long and at the foot measures 7 1/2 inches. The widest part of the casket, which is cast iron and bears traces of orange and black paint, is 16 inches. A plate glass over the top part of the casket revealed the individual clearly, and early Tuesday the body was in excellent condition of preservation, but later in the day it had decomposed considerably due to a crack in the glass plate. So there you go. Now this is gonna trip you out, cause guess what color her casket was, y'all? Her casket was red, black, and green. So what you saying here is, let me see, can I find that for y'all? Let me see, can I find that particular, the color code that they said. Let's see. But they didn't know what they had dug up. You see what I'm saying? The property. Let's see. Now she actually tells it, and they inspect it and everything. Here go a picture of what they did. You see what I'm saying? But sadly, it ain't in color, because you know at the time she wrote this book, I think she came out with this book in '93. You know, funds wasn't that strong. You know, so she did the best she could. But the casket was red, black, and green. You see what I'm saying? The casket was red, black, and green. Here you go. The red, black, and green iron Egyptian style mother country imperial crypt. So definitely red, black, and green. The beautiful Aya Maria entombed in her black trimmed in red and green. No white woman would be caught dead in our colors. Yes, she was black and beautiful after being dead for a century and a half. Her black silk mourning dress, the magnolia blossom sealed on the glass with diamonds flashing. Cause she was royalty. She was royalty. They even changed the name. They changed the name to Miss Heniel, which is some weird shit. Why would you change the name? You see what I'm saying? Just to cover it up. You know, they dug her up, stole all her treasures from within it, and then so-called buried her back. You see what I'm saying? You know, these some sick motherfuckers. Only these niggas would dig you up, steal your shit, and then so-called bury you and change your name. Don't give you your source given name, change your name. It says here, the first bricks are the same that was made by Ebenezer Gostin over on Gostin Corner in Summerfield, Alabama. And so were the ones the tombs was made from. Summerfield, once the capital of the country and later the county. So they telling you right there, Summerfield, Alabama was once the capital of the country. You see what I'm saying? The capital of the indigenous world. You see what I'm saying? The indigenous world. It was not Selma until the white man came. What? So Summerfield, Alabama is actually called, Selma, Alabama is actually called Summerfield. Who knew? You see what I'm saying? What? So Summerfield, Alabama was literally, or what we know today as Selma, Alabama, is actually the true capital of the country. But they moved that shit to New York and Philadelphia and all them other locations once they started taking over. You see what I'm saying? That's why they want Alabama. You see what I'm saying? That's why they don't fuck with Alabama like that. Cause I told y'all long ago, well not long ago, but a few months ago, in my Red Mountain Paul lecture, that the root chakras at what? Red Mountain Paul. So the root chakras at Red Mountain Park off Lakeshore in Birmingham, Alabama. Selma down the street from fucking Alabama. So is Moundsville, which is where the mounds at. You see what I'm saying? So Summersville was literally the capital of this country at one point. You see what I'm saying? So the indigenous world looked to this advanced civilization that was here, who were known as who? The Muskogees. Washita. You see what I'm saying? The Muskogee Washita, who were all family members. You see what I'm saying? They was all family who were just spread out. And you know, just like any good family, in different regions, they develop their own way of doing things, they develop their own dialect, and they adopt to the environment around them. But they are still family. So when they go to New Orleans or Louisiana or somewhere, they hang out. They hang out. This shit deep, y'all. This shit deep, I'm telling you. It's deep. And I'm just getting started. Hell, I ain't even said much, I don't think. I've said much. Now, let's see here. So yeah. Summerville, it was not Selma until the white man came, like her South Mansfield was the capital of DeSoto. You see what I'm saying? So let's see here. Now, Washita capital was where Northeast University now stands at the trade center of our religion, where the mounds, which you call the Poverty Point, because you named the Flat Delta mounds to confuse. And she even goes on to say, history has lied and stole so much, even stopping to steal our dead. So the Washita Nation, in her location, the Washita capital was in North Louisiana. You see what I'm saying? Where the Northeast University, next to the trade centers, or where the mounds and everything is, but they know it as, they call it Poverty Point, but it's actually the Great Bird Mound, if I'm not mistaken. But you're gonna get into all that. The Great Bird Mound. I got a whole section dedicated to just the mounds. But right now, I'm trying to set everything up for y'all. You see what I'm saying? Set everything up here. So far, we got the colors, we got the capitals, we got the different things we was able to do. Brick masons, cotton alchemists, all that. You see what I'm saying? Mountain engineers, everything. You see what I'm saying? All the shit that you doing today, or they sending back to you today, they are actually, they just took your shit and used it. But you already had. They really ain't really changed. They don't change much. They just change a few names and kill off a few people and alter some things around. So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So this is what Marcus Garvey was challenging when he created the RBG flag, or the UNIA flag at the time, which it was the United Negro Improvement Association. You see what I'm saying? At the time, when he wrote his declaration, what was it called? The Declaration of the Negroes Act, something like that. Let me see here. Let me see. He called it the Declaration of the Rights of the Negro Peoples of the World. Now you're gonna read that declaration and you're gonna see that everything he said in there, they implemented over time. See, they kicked him out the country, but they kept his they tell us all the time, we love what you do, but we hate you. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? We love what you do, or what you make and what you create, but we hate you. You see what I'm saying? Now, how you gonna hate the creation? How you gonna love the creation but hate the maker? You see what I'm saying? That's ludicrous. You see what I'm saying? So, Miss Empress Verdiasi here is a descendant of the late great Aya Maria. You see what I'm saying? Let's see here. She's a descendant of them. The last true queen, black queen, melanated queen of this great empire in the Americas. You see what I'm saying? Or the Amarucas around here. Or the Amarucas. So, and she was gifted this title by her grandmother. See what I'm saying? Let me go on over here. Who was known as literally the Cajun Queen. Cajun is another way of saying Creole. Since she was Washita, she was mixed with Washita and French, so that's where you get the Creole energy from. Well, they called Creoles Cajuns in New Orleans at that time. See what I'm saying? So definitely, this is what you got going on here. So let me go on over here, so y'all can hear her anointing. Let's see, page 13. Page 13. Here we go. Here we go. Let me start here. The black Cajun queen. She said she was a sure enough black, even more Cajun. Grandmother was more than a queen. She was the empress of the Washita de Mounia. She probably laid her imperial hands on me and pronounced the prophetic words. You are the one. 32 years ago, for 7 years, she primed me over the telephone. We would never have that personal one-on-one conversation. She was dead after 117 years on this earth. She was truly an ancient one. The living legend was gone. She had given up this old world knowing I had returned. You see what I'm saying? She was the prophecy, you know. They tell you that it's supposed to be a man, or it was supposed to be a man, but it was actually a woman who came back. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? They love telling you it's a man. No, it's a woman. This is a matriarchal society. So of course, the woman is who comes back. It said the Empress, a black Cajun queen, Delphia Kim Washington, Empress from 1850 to 1967. See what I'm saying? Let's see. Let's see here. So she anointed her. She told her what she had. Lee Green, what book is this? Return of the Ancient Ones. Return of the Ancient Ones. She was a queen who had, at that time, let me switch here. I'll be coming out of 2 books today. That's one, and the other one is We Are the Washita by Dr. Umar S. Bey. See what I'm saying? We be coming out of 2 books, so I'll be rotating between the 2 to get y'all this information. Let us see here. So yeah, her grandmother passed the torch to her, and these white people, you know, they gonna tell you, or these corrupt motherfuckers gonna tell you that, oh, she's self-proclaimed. It's not self-proclamation if your grandmother passes the torch to you. But they don't want to hear that because they can't stand the idea of the queen, the empress, the chosen one who came back to transform this shit, being black, let alone being a black woman. Woo! You know, that's double. That's double acid into the fire. You see what I'm saying? That's acid and fuel. It was just fuel if it was a man, but a woman, that goes against everything they believe. Hold on here. I'm looking for her picture. Once I find it, let me see here. Let me see. Boom. Here we go. This is her. This is the Empress. This is Empress Verdias's grandmother, the Cajun Queen. You see what I'm saying? The Cajun Queen, who she was talking about in this particular book. She looked just like this. Now, if you never seen Empress Verdiasi, and her name was Empress Delphi Kim Washington. Washington is actually, and we're gonna get to these names in just a second, in a little while. Washington is actually the English adaptation of Washita, by the way. So if your last name is Washington, then your ass is a Washita. No lie. That's literally where the name came from. The name in English, the name for Washita in English is Washington. Also, the other name that they had, which was Turner, Tunica, is Turner in English. So if your last name is Washington or Turner, then your ass is Washita by default. You see what I'm saying? You directly are Washita. You see what I'm saying? Don't let them tell you otherwise, cause that's what you is. And here go Empress Verdiasi, if you've never seen her before. So she gets this lesson. You know, she gets this anointing to inherit the realm of royalty from her grandmother. And her grandmother leave her land grants to prove that they own the land. To prove that they own the land, right? So she goes out on a 30-year journey to find everything and put it together, and she produces this work from them. Now, these white boys, you know, I check on Google and I see both perspectives. These white boys said she's self-proclaimed and the shit she's saying is bullshit. But if it's bullshit, then if you look into the case, if you look into the case of what happened at the time, then you find out that the Tunicas and everybody won their case in 1814. On June 18th or 19th, 1814, they won their case against the U.S. government for the legal rights to their land. So America is telling everybody that the Washita Nation is a fictitious entity. Ain't that some shit? But they said June 19, 1848 is the true beginning of the first June 19 celebration. This is the day when the Turners, Washingtons, Stars, Reeds, Bays, Ells, and all other Washita families gather to celebrate the return of the land. Even now, the Washita continue to gather for this annual event. The ancient ones are the legal owners and title holders of the land founded on memorial occupation and uninterrupted possession. The royal families of Europe united with the noble imperial families of the Washita in an endeavor to secure a neutral peace enclave in this part of the world. Move. Right? So, in the treaties, grants, and conventions between the colonial powers, there are repeated references to the presence of the ancient inhabitants and the protection of our peoples, right, property, land, religion, and autonomy. In other words, what they're saying is America never bought, conquered, or stole the land from around Mississippi. The original land was out of this here. You see what I'm saying? That's the Washita land. Everything from they got up to Mississippi, so you cut off Mississippi a little bit, but everything from there on down, they never conquered, because the Spanish and the French considered that to be sacred land, because the Spanish and the French had been trading with the Washita for years, long before the English got here. You see what I'm saying? It went till the English got here till they disrupted the way of things, the world order. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on with these crazy motherfuckers who came over here fucking shit up. Everybody was doing their thing, chilling, till these motherfuckers came over here doing, destroying, maiming, and killing. You see what I'm saying? To the best of their abilities. And got the audacity to cover it up. And then got the audacity to further demonize her when everything she did, she literally went by the book and beat these niggas. She beat these niggas with actual law. You see what I'm saying? She didn't even no spell work or nothing. She did this the old-fashioned way, through law. Through their law at that. And they can change their law at any given time. You see what I'm saying? They can change their law at any given time. But they tell these motherfuckers that the Washita are a fictitious entity. Let me read that to you. But they also said that in all her life, Empress Verdiasi was never arrested or indicted by the FBI. Huh? So this is a fictitious entity, but y'all couldn't indict her? How? There's a lot of holes in the shit y'all saying. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of holes in what you're saying. You couldn't indict her. Here you go. The United States is a corporation. Atumbe explained corporations can only enforce contract with other artificial entities. Peep gang here. You see what I'm saying? Peep gang here. Let's see. To this date, the United States courts have held that the Washita Nation is fictional and that it is not recognized as a sovereign nation. How? Because in this book here, I studied the Moors, the Moorish Treatise, Guide to the Treaties and Declaration by Bandel El Amin. It clearly states in here on page 30 that you created a fucking contract with them, a treaty with them. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship, also known as the Treaty of Camp Holmes, that they made with the Creek Nation, the Comanche, the Wichita, which is another way of saying Washita, the Cherokee, Creek or Muskogee, Choctaw, Osage, Seneca, and Quapaw. And it clearly states here, treated with the Comanche and Wichita Indians and their associated bands for the purpose of establishing and perpetuating peace and friendship between the United States of America and the Comanche and Wichita nations and their associated bands of tribes of Indians, and between these nations or tribes and the Cherokee, Muskogee, Choctaw, Osage, Seneca, and Quapaw nations or tribes of Indians. The President of the United States has to accomplish this desirable object and to aid therein upon it, Governor M. Stokes. Now it says here, the United States Army with the chiefs and representatives of the Cherokee, Muskogee, Choctaw, Osage, Seneca, and Quapaw nations of tribes of Indians have met the chiefs, warriors, and representatives of the tribe first above named at Camp Holmes on the eastern border of the Grand Prairie near the Canadian River. in the Muscogee Nation, and after full deliberation, the said nations or tribes have agreed with the United States and with one another upon the following articles. And the first article they said is there shall be perpetual peace and friendship between all the citizens of the United States of America and all the individuals composing the Comanche and Wichita nations and their associated bands or tribes of Indians, and between these nations or tribes and the Cherokee, Muscogee, Choctaw, Osage, Seneca, and Quapaw nations or tribes of Indians. And this proclamation happened on May 1836. Now, after 2 days of negotiation, the Treaty of Campons was signed on August 24th, 1835. It consisted of 10 articles calling for the Comanche and the Wichita to live in peace with the United States and with the tribes that were relocating to Indian Territory. You see what I'm saying? So it was signed on 1835, but it was proclaimed or told by the world on May 1836. So, I thought y'all said that the Ouachita Nation was a fictitious nation. How's it a fictitious nation? You got a treaty with them. You got a treaty with them now, and they just won their legal rights to the land just a few years prior to that, on June 19th, 1848, right? We just said that. So we got to call bullshit somewhere. June 19, 1848 is the true beginning of the first Juneteenth celebration, because that's when they won their court case against the motherfucking U.S. government. It says here, the U.S. Let's see. Let me start where it say here. On June 19, 1848, the Turner heirs won the court case that affirmed them as the lawful owners with good title. Need I say more? But I'm gonna continue. Securing the land rights of the imperial nation forever. Not for a little time period. Not for a little while. Forever. You see what I'm saying? The United States Supreme Court could derive no jurisdiction in matters of foreign agreements. Only the laws of Spain could hold jurisdiction over contracts originated and constructed by a sovereign government. The U.S. desperately tried to coerce the Turner heirs, or the Tunicas, into relinquishing their claims, which they declined to do so. Some officials in the government did not stop there. After suffering staggering defeats in their own judicial system, they dispatched agents to exterminate the Turner heirs. So they started assassinating them. Y'all want to know what happened to the Ouachita? After they continued to get their ass kicked in their own courts, then they contracted out agents to go and assassinate the heirs of the Ouachita Nation. And let me read that again. After suffering staggering defeats in their own judicial system, they dispatched agents to exterminate the Turner heirs. The period following the court cases saw a campaign of terrorist activity and organized calamities that included wholesale murders, poisoning of the groundwaters, and sacking of the Ouachita properties. New laws were heard and passed, enticing Americans to slaughter the ancient inhabitants and take their lands. Eventually, once it was thought all the Ouachita Turners had been killed, the Supreme Court tried to encourage the lower courts to reverse their rulings in favor of the Turner heirs, but it was not possible. The idea of sovereign lands owned by those dark-skinned indigenous women mixed in with the French royalists, ergo Creoles/Cajuns, infuriated the psychopathic, racist, and sexist supremacists in America. Fortunately, the Turner women and children were able to escape the genocidal campaigns by hiding in the bayous near the mounds. This is in Louisiana. This proves to us that man cannot alter the design of the creator, Pormandris, or Mungu, as they called it in the Ouachita Nation. That's the creator's name in Ouachita, Mungu. God is the best of planners. So that's why they said June 19th, 1848 is the true beginning of the first June 19th celebration, or Juneteenth, as y'all know it. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's going on here. This was going on. So you got the Turners and Ouachitas, or the Turner-Washington versus the United States government case in 1848, right? That's check. That's part one. Then you got the Treaty of Friendship that happens in, let me see, what year? What year the Treaty of Friendship happened? August 24th, 1835 is when it was signed, but it was proclaimed in May of 1836. So you got two treaties with these group of beings. You see what I'm saying? So how they fictitious entities? If you got two treaties with them already, within a 30, let's see here, 1848. Okay, so the Treaty of Friendship happened first. My bad, y'all. The Treaty of Friendship happened first. Then they won their lands back in the Washington Washington Tunica case. You see what I'm saying? So and this happened within what? 8-year time period. Yeah, 8-year time period. So 8 years apart, y'all made two treaties. They won a legal case against y'all. Then y'all made a treaty with them. So how they a fictitious entity? U.S. corporation. You know what I'm saying? How they a fictitious entity? Y'all tell me that. How y'all made that up? Then it gets better. Oh, we not done. She then, in 1993, goes to the United Nations Conference. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She goes to the United Nations Conference in 1993. Let's see here. Let's see. The United Nations declared 1993 as the International Year of the World's Indigenous People. At that time, the Washington Nation was registered under the number 215 or 215 and placed in consideration to receive voluntary development funds. The activities from that year had led to the establishment of the International Decade of the World's Indigenous People from 1995 to 2004. In July and August of 1996, the Empress led an emissary to the summer conference at the United Nations offices at Geneva, Switzerland, during the 14th session of the United Nations Working Group on Indigenous Populations. The Washington Dayduck was recorded as the oldest indigenous people on Earth in the final list of all attendees. Huh? Do I need to read that again? What? They said that you the oldest people on the planet. We ain't just saying that. These motherfuckers just said it out their own mouth. Let me read that again so we can have it on record twice. During the 14th sessions of the United Nations Working Group on Indigenous Populations, the Washington Dayduck was recorded as the oldest indigenous people on Earth in the final list of all attendees. Now this is where it get good. The Imperial Washington United Nations delegation at the United Nations Peace Palace near Geneva, Switzerland, July 1996. And then there's a picture here. In November of 1996, the Imperial Washington Nation, under the authority of the Empress, signed a treaty of peace and recognition for the indigenous people's claim. Let me back. In November 1996, the Imperial Washington Nation, under the authority of the Empress, signed a treaty of peace and recognition for the indigenous people of the area claimed by the Republic of Texas. The indigenous word for friends is Texas. In prehistoric ages, the area today called Texas was inhabited by the ancient ones. In March of 1997, the Empress of the Washington convened with the royal family of the Kingdom of Hawaii, His Majesty King Akahi Nui and Queen Akahi Nui Wahani, reopening the family ties to Mu or Maui. Her work speaks for itself. The Empress continues to research her family history in a relentless effort to reunite the empire and rebuild the nations with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice under the imperial seal of love. So she went all around the fucking world putting this shit back together. Huh? What? We ain't making it up? We ain't making it up? Hell no, we ain't making it up. Do we ever make it up? Or are these motherfuckers the ones delusional? And if y'all don't believe me, here go a banner or charter of her being there. There go her flag to, which I think y'all viewing it to the left, the RBG flag, and then the United Nations flag to her right. Or vice versa, which however way you're seeing it. You see what I'm saying? That's the blue flag is the Geneva flag, the United Nations flag. It says here, United Nations Charter 215/93. indigenous people organization seat number presented to Empress Verdiasi Tiara, Washington Turner, Goshen L. Bay, and Empire Washington Day Dugmalia in recognition for being the oldest indigenous civilization on Earth. Damn. But the U.S. government said that it's a fictitious entity. But the United Nations, the global government, which overrules the United States corporation, says that not only is it a nation, it's the oldest nation on the planet. Damn. We gonna get to the bottom of this. So now we gonna connect. Now we brought in Marcus Garvey. Now let's bring in Noble Drew Ali. Who is Noble Drew Ali? Now Noble Drew Ali prophesies the goddess's return. Did y'all know that? Let me read that for y'all. Let me see him. Let me see him. First of all, let me let you know how they related. Let me tell y'all how they are related. Let's see. Mahalia Garrison married Henry Joseph Turner became the recipient of the 1672 and 1795 Imperial Spanish land grants. The third Marquis de Maison Rouge, which is what they used to go to war with these motherfuckers, the land grants that they got from the French when they settled in. You see what I'm saying? Now, Mahalia Garrison married William Bill Kim's Badger, and from this union will come their eldest son, Ishan Washington, or Ishan Washington. Henry Joseph Turner married Sarah Tunica, and from this union will come their eldest son, Joseph Henry Turner, the fourth Marquis de Maison Rouge. Ishan Washington will marry Delphine Kim's Badger, the Cajun queen, the last empress of Washington before Empress Verdiasi, and from this union will come their eldest son, Frederick Houston Washington. Joseph Henry Turner, whose sister is Eliza Turner, the mother of the prophet Noble Drew Ali, aka Timothy Drew. You see what I'm saying? Will marry Matilda, and from this union will come the eldest daughter, Annie Frankie Turner. So they related. So Empress Verdiasi and Noble Drew Ali are related. So this family matters. You see what I'm saying? Frederick Houston Washington, regent of the Empire Washington Day Dugmalia, will marry Annie Frankie Turner, the recipient of the 1762 and 1795 Spanish land grants, and the heir of the Henry Joseph Turner estate. The eldest daughter of Frederick and Frankie is the current imperial empress of the Washita, Verdiasi Tiara Washington. Verdiasi is married to John Galston, the son of Corella Turner. Corella is the daughter of Eliza Turner. Eliza is the mother of prophet Noble Drew Ali. So yeah, they are related. Corella and Drew Ali are brother and sister. Eliza is the daughter of Sarah Tunica and Henry Joseph Turner. John Galston had been the sixth Marquis de Maison Rouge after Noble Drew Ali, who had been the fifth Marquis de Maison Rouge. What? Did I say that again? Let me read that again. John Galston had been the sixth Marquis de Maison Rouge after Noble Drew Ali, who had been the fifth Marquis de Maison Rouge, who they killed, right? A direct descendant of Louis the 17th and A. Maria Verdiasi Tiara, born May 4th, 1927, is the sovereign. The U.S. Supreme Court case number 191 of 1948, United States versus Henry Turner as affirms the estate of the Washita, 68,883 acres of land consisting of the northern half of the present state of Louisiana. But they are fictitious entity. Right? The land is the personal and private property of the empress. The land is the personal and private property of the empress, up to the 1795 Spanish land grant, Maison Rouge. The land now serves as the capital area, Washita proper, of a much larger land claim. In the context of international law, the Washita has established itself as a sovereign, independent nation. United Nations, NIS 21/593, apart from the corporate union of 1781, which is United States Corporation, and the corporate United States of 1787. The land claims of the Washita has been affirmed by the Spanish and the French, so they just signed off on it, as well as the British, pursuant to Spanish land grants of 1762 and 1795. In the context of U.S. federal law, and land of the Washita has been defined as Indian country, and the people regarded as Indians. Both the people and their land have been placed under the authority of the United States government via the Bureau of Indian Affairs within the Department of the Interior, which is governed by both executive, and then it goes on and on from there. So, what's going on here, y'all? What's going on here? So they all related. So Noble Drew Ali prophesies her return, and he says it in the book. Let me go slide over here to him. He prophesies the return of a woman. He didn't prophesy the return of a man, unlike what they be telling y'all. Let's see here. Let me find his passage here. Here we go. The Empress of the Washita is the fulfillment of the prophecies. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. What do you mean by that? As in the beginning, this was a matriarch. So shall it be in the end, which is coming back to a matriarch. It was a global matriarchy. So it's coming back to a global matriarchy. The Honorable Prophet Noble Drew Ali, born the anointed Washita Myrrh, Timothy Drew, foretold of the salvation of humanity, symbolized by the woman rising to her rightful place. He illustrated this by portraying himself carrying salvation to safety, symbolized by a woman. Our Empress has continued the divine national mission set forth by all the prophets. You see what I'm saying? So definitely. Her Highness Verdias Tiara Washita Turner Tunica Gossin El Bay is the reigning Empress of the Washita de Damaya and leader of the Imperial Washita Nation of Murs. So what we got going on here? So it's all making sense now. Marcus Garvey gave you the red, black, and green, which is the original color of the Negro, as he specifically stated. You see what I'm saying? So they were predecessors to the Empress. They were predecessors to the Empress, y'all. Red for our blood and struggle, black for our people of color, green for the land, the symbol of hope, a liberated future which black heroes spoke. Huh? That was the poem that went along with the creation of the red, black, and green flag. You see what I'm saying? Let's put it on camera so y'all can see it. See what I'm saying? So, and this will go on to be the Empress's version of the red, black, and green flag. So this is what it look like as in this new form, and up on her reign as the Empress. It look like this. You see what I'm saying? The RBG flag. So, what is the red, black, and green? It's literally the royal colors of the Washita proper. In other words, it's the royal colors of the Washita Nation, of which we know is North America. And it may be variations, red, black, and white and green, or red, black, and yellow and green. But for the most part, it's red, black, and green all over the fucking country. That's why they hate those colors. If y'all notice, anytime we wear those colors, we don't really know where they came from until now. But we now know that those are our royal colors. The Washita Nation was the most powerful fucking nation on the planet, and the predecessor nation to all the other nations, right? So you know, they can find some Antarctic nations that pop up. That's the only motherfuckers that can compete with us right now. But as of right now, the Washita Nation in North America is considered the oldest indigenous group of beings on the planet, recorded, right, in the United Nations archives, right? So we seeded the rest of the planet for the most part. That's basically what they're saying. So if we seeded this motherfucker, the royal colors of this land is red, black, and green. That's what they're scared of. So Marcus Garvey gave you that with the UNIA. Then Noble Drew Ali came after him. He said the more science It's not actually not the Moorish Science Temple of America in the common sense of the word like they tell you now. It's another way of saying it. Hold on, let me pull up those directions here. After the mysterious death, murder of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the Great Schism was on. Slave Masonic infiltrators and de facto government agents caused the closing of most temples, at least the ones originally set up by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the Moorish holy temple of science of the world. Of the world, y'all. I didn't even know it was for the world. I just thought it was for America. And the Moorish Science Temple of America, religious 1928, without the Incorporated of 1934, founded by Charles Kirkman Bay. Brother Kirkman Bay changed the status of the organization from a religious organization incorporation to a non-profit organization incorporation, and that's why Incorporated is on their charter. Wait a minute now. So what y'all telling me is they stole our shit. I told y'all that they shut down Noble Drew Ali's organization after they assassinated him in 1929. From the 30s on down, they caused a great schism, and then in the 40s there was a court case where the people chose the civil rights over natural rights, and they did away with all of Noble Drew Ali's energy. So who running this shit now? He told you straight up who running this shit. He said, and I quote, what? He said, slave Masonic infiltrators. This Dr. Alim El Bay, if y'all want to know who said that. Slave Masonic infiltrators and de facto government agents caused the closing of most temples. But they hide here. They hide your resurrection. I told y'all the resurrection been happening since 1900. Real talk. That's what I meant by that. So we got Marcus Garvey. We got Noble Drew Ali. The Empress is born 2 years before they assassinate Noble Drew Ali. She gets so the energy gets transferred to her. Meanwhile, while she's growing up, who's in power? By the 40s, who's coming into power right now? The Nation of Islam. What if I told y'all that the tribe of Shabazz, or the lost tribe of Shabazz, as the Nation of Islam always said, is actually a sub-name of Washita. Let me see here. Let me find the page, y'all. I'm cycling through information as fast as I can. Let's see here. Let's see. It's SBT is another name. SBT or Shopti is another name for Washita. Washita and Kemet in Commission, they became the Hebrew word SBT or SBTZ or TSB. In Kemet or Egyptian, SBT means those who will rule, and the pupils and teachers for the star system series. Sothis equals Set Isis. Shabazz, Sabbath. The Hebrew or Canaanite Phoenician Mauritian language is not to be confused with Yiddish that is being spoken today as Hebrew that was officially made up in the 1990s. So damn, Hebrew, they ain't even using Hebrew, they using Yiddish according to her. And Eber means Hebrew. So Hebrew we call it Hebrew over here, but the Sumerians call it Hebrew. Just dialect difference. You see what I'm saying? So this word SBT or Shopti will also be Shoptau, Shoptek, Shoptzd, and it is one of the names for the Israelite Hebrews. When we use the three radical roots, SBTZ, it can become Shabbat or Shabazz. Shabazz of the Nation of Islam. So she put it all back together. You see what I'm saying? You see, it's all coming back together. So while she was growing up, I think when she hit her 20s, she was born in 27, so about 47, she was 20. The Nation of Islam came to power in the 50s, right? So in the 50s, so she witnessed it while she was getting her organization together. So we got the UNIA, United Negro Improvement Association by Marcus Garvey, the Moorish Science Temple of America, or Moorish Holy Temple of the world, as we now know, happens. And then we get the Nation of Islam, the tribe of Shabazz, and all this shit is actually different variations on Washington. Well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. It's all coming together. Even the Nuwabians, Dr. York, when they came later on, they wrote a book called Let's Set the Record Straight. And they considered themselves the lost tribe of Washington. So everybody made this connection. Because by the time they came to power and they was in their strength, their reign, in the 90s, the Nuwabians got the information from the Empress, and they created Let's Set the Record Straight, because she had wrote her book and everything, and they dropped their signs. Also, another person who would make that connection with the Empress in the 90s, Bobby Hemmitt. See, it's all coming together. She weaved. Everybody came through the goddess. Everybody came through the Empress. So when we say everything has been done for you, this is what we talking about. Everything has been done for you. You see what I'm saying? You've already been redeemed. The Gnostics redeemed you. The Washita redeemed you. The Mayans redeemed you. Only thing you had to do was wake up, do your internal work, vibrate high, get prepared for the shift change. Because you've already been redeemed, my melanated people, on so many levels. You don't even know how many levels, how hard these people work to get you here. These people work hard. Your ancestors work hard. You see what I'm saying? When the goddess Queen Aya Marie came out, that was Mu Rising. You see what I'm saying? When they dug her up, that was Mu Rising. You see what I'm saying? That was a resurrection right there of the dead. They began the process fully in 1955. So all this shit that's going on, all this shit they're trying to hide from you, is to get you away from this, the return of the ancient ones. See what I'm saying? They got treaties with these people. They got treaties with our people. They got treaties, all of this. You see what I'm saying? How did they even get over here? You know, that leads to question mark. How the fuck they even made it over here? How did they get here? Well, now she tells that story. Let me pick it up back one more time. She tells how they got the fuck over here. What went down? Let's see here. Ah, yes. She says here, all I want you to digest is the fact that Pietro El Negro, or Peter the Black Nigger, was the pilot or navigator of the Nina, the lead of Mr. Columbus or Christopher Columbus's ship. That is why the word nigger doesn't bother me. I take one G out and I have Niger. The missing link has always been there. Black, melanin. You see what I'm saying? All men came from a black path. He said what Columbus did find was a city of black people who fed him and gave him gifts. Gold and cotton cloth, which they, the blacks, had manufactured. Huh? What? Don't we still wear gold to this day? Don't we still wear cotton cloth to this day? Huh? Let's see here. And don't we still manufacture that shit to this day? Yep. And I can imagine his surprise. What in the world is that skating across the water? A big fish, a skiff, or what? That must have been the question. Men, black, where are we? Back in Africa? That must have been their reply. Our imagination could play with us on the reactions in 1492 AD. Now they came over here. 1492 was what? The fall of the Moorish Empire. Right? That's when the Moorish Empire in Europe fell. So when that shit fell, they brought the ignorant asses over here. The real truth is in Columbus's sea log. A man, black, and she got a picture. She got a picture of it. You see what I'm saying? She got a picture of it. A man, black, what? Let's see here. Let's see. In Columbus's sea log, Pietro El Negrito, that is Peter the Nigger, the pilot or navigator of the lead ship, came on deck to take control. No one bowed to the sailors, as history tells us. You see what I'm saying? Of course, history can say it the way they were pleased to write, as it was his story. It would have been much easier on all of us if they had just written the plain truth like Columbus wrote in his sea log. The king who was black did not come to, this is what it says in the sea law. The king who was black did not come to a common ship, admiral. He bade Columbus to come him. He bade Columbus to come to him. And this city was a factory that made cloth from cotton. So this is where they get the idea of factory making from. Creating factories and manufacturing shit. They got that from you. They gave the hungry sailors food. See facts from his law with maps drawn for or by Columbus in his own words. Why did history lie? It was his story. That's basically what he's saying. Let's see here. Let's see. Mr. Columbus was not a stranger to black men. He was from Spain and got his knowledge of the sea from black men. The Moors. The black Moors has ruled Spain for 900 years prior to 1492. The admiral on the lead ship was Pietro el Negrito, or Mr. Peter, the nigger, as he was called even then. It was Pietro who found them, had starved, and fed them. It was also his arrows fitted with gold. Hold on, let me go back here. Let's see here. They tell you that, the queen just willingly gave Christopher Columbus, some money for the voyage. Nope, that's not true. Let's see here. Let's see. Even a stupid person would know that a little sick boy named Diego did not navigate the lead ship. He was undernourished, had no mother, forever on the go, had starved. Diego was his what they called the Pietro in their mythos. You see what I'm saying? They're his story. You see what I'm saying? Diego did not navigate the lead ship. He was undernourished, had no mother, forever on the go, half starved, and looking for someone to finance his father's voyage. They had no money. Diego's first attempt to pilot would have led to mutiny. It was Pietro who found them, had starved, and fed them. It was also his arrows fitted with gold, silver, and brass tips that made the greedy old queen decide to finance the trip. So definitely. So Pietro financed the trip. It was Pietro or Peter's arrows. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. He was a black Moor who had ruling power 900 years before the whites in Spain. The nigger, as they called him then, and now could write. He kept a log on his ship. When Columbus made his copies for the final one, he forgot to omit the name of Peter the nigger. The truth would be what really happened on arrival to these shores. A black man reached land first. A black king was found on the shores to greet the arrival of guests from the sea. All of this is in Columbus's logs. That's why Columbus's book is like $10,000 now, because they don't want you to know that shit there. And I think they arrived in Haiti, and I know the Dominican Republic is a French assimilation. And when they split the island, the whole island was known as Haiti at this time. So for all the Dominican Republican motherfuckers, nigga, it's Haiti. who over there perpetrating and spreading colorist doctrine and shit. Nigga, it's Haiti. Dominican Republican is a foreign entity. It's always been Haiti. You see what I'm saying? So it's always been Haiti. Y'all got me? So that's how they got over here. When they went back and told what happened, and they said the Haitian king's name was Guacanagari. Guacanagari would not go to meet the ships, but resolutely insisted that Columbus come to his village. Eventually, on December 23rd, Columbus and a large part of Spaniards did pay him a visit. All of the Indians returned with the Christians to the village, which Columbus affirms to be the largest and best arranged with streets than any other of those passed through and found up to that time. Finally, the cacique came to them, and the whole town, more than 2,000 persons, gathered in the plaza, which was very well swept. Whoa. I thought we were savages. Running around the land, chasing rabbits and shit. Dumb as fuck. Didn't know shit. We wasn't shit, right? But clearly Columbus just told you the truth. He said all of the Indians returned with the Christians to the village, which Columbus affirms to be the largest and best arranged village or city with streets than any other of those passed through and found up to that time. Finally, the cacique came to them, and the whole town, more than 2,000 persons or people, gathered in the plaza, which was very well swept. So, what we got going on here? So this is a little drawn out image of it, giving them my idea. You see what I'm saying? But so this shit crazy, right? Let me continue to describe him. So the king, who is Guaca Nagari, was very courteous to the people from the ships, and each of the common people brought them something to eat and drink. Let's see here, because they were starving, right? Afterward, the king gave to each one of the pieces of cotton cloth that the women wear, and parrots for the admiral. That's where they get the idea for parrots from. You see what I'm saying? And certain pieces of gold. The common people also gave the sailors some of the same pieces of cloth and other things from their houses for small things that the Spaniards gave them, which from the way they received them seemed to be esteemed as sacred relics. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. So no red men bowed to Columbus. She clearing that shit up now. The Empress clearing it up. No red men bowed to Columbus. When he reached these shores, there was a great big white historical lie. So no red men bowed to him. He saw black men first. They wined and dined a hungry Columbus and his crew and gave them gifts and food to return with. And she's getting it from his fucking sea log. That book that's like $10,000 that's called Columbus? Yeah. It is a true saying. If you arm a snake in your bosom and feed him, that snake will surely bite you in return. That's what happened. You see, that's what happened. Take the Columbus lesson in your bosom and learn it well. A snake is a snake, regardless to the breed, color, or kind. You see what I'm saying? The next thing we must digest is when he arrived. Columbus found a black king in power who did not bow to him, and did not come one step to greet him. They summoned his ass, but sent an envoy to bring them a greeting, and they could land on shore. Like I just said, if Columbus found the people here governed by a king, he did not discover anything. It had been already discovered and was in operation. Huh? Did you say that again? If Columbus found the people here governed by a king, he did not discover anything. It had been already discovered and was in operation. See what I'm saying? The people of the kingdom when Columbus arrived were in the business, farming, fishing, and the manufacturing of products for inland sale, and did give Columbus supplies and aid. What? All that shit sound familiar, right? Everything they doing in your society, they learn from you. And now they just selling everything back to you. Selling you your education that you gave them. Selling you your products that you made for them. Selling you your technologies that you created for them. Selling you your politics, your government, everything. Everything they selling back to you that you gave to them. You see what I'm saying? The houses thatched with vegetation were for the summer coolness, which was refreshing for the visitors, who they bestowed gifts of gold upon. They had 7 cities. Whoa, I thought we didn't have cities in America. But they clearly just said they had 7 cities. And this on the island of Haiti. We didn't even get into the mainland. He didn't even get this far. They had 7 cities, a completeness of gold of Cibola, their home in the mainland. Not understanding the tongue, the sailors started to look for 7 cities. Travelers to this day do not understand. Columbus himself, an honest man who knew what his own boy was named, would have used the proper name as in the law. Diego is a white man's story. Diego is for Spanish or Italian, like nigga is for black. It is a his story, the white man's story. Damn. So you had cities. You had an AC. He said the houses thatched with vegetation were for the summer coolness. which was refreshing for the visitors. So you had your own special AC design to generate air conditioning. And check this out. Here goes some of the pyramids. Here go the pyramids and everything. See what I'm saying? So there y'all go. And then he ran back and told the queen what happened. He got his shit, you know, he got it filed in law, and they gave him a bunch of money, and he lived happily ever after. And that's when they brought their ass over here and started fucking shit up. So basically, that's basically the pretty much history. Pretty much tells you how it goes after Columbus. You see what I'm saying? That's when they came over here. So what we got going on here? So 1492, the Moorish Empire fall. Columbus was supposed to be going to India, but Pietro the Negro brought his ignorant ass over here to Haiti. That's the first place they came. He found out that this is the most well-kept, and this is not the first time I read these stories. I got other stories from California. You know, the Califians, most well-kept, advanced, most beautiful women, tall, thick, voluptuous, giant men, well-trained, strength. Once again, Haiti, same thing, same concept. You know, we already know the account of the conquistadors. We already know when they got to fucking the Aztec Empire, that shit was booming. We already know that. But up here in America, they don't like to tell you what went down. There were advanced city-states, advanced pyramid mounds. Now we can get to the mounds. Yeah, we can get to the mounds now. We can get to the mounds now. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. The mounds. Let me go over here real quick. Now, the Empress tells us that the mounds is energetic, is electromagnetic energy that's being channeled from up the earth, and the dead or the people that they put in those mounds is actually supercharging that electromagnetic energy. And when you go up on the mound, you're actually absorbing not only the life force of the planet, but the ancestral force of your people. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let me see here. Let me get to the mound chapter here. Yeah, I'm reading from like 3 books, as y'all have noticed. Where's the significance of the mounds? There we go. There we go. The erection of the mounds in accordance with God's commandments. Here we find the directive not to make gods of gold nor gods of silver, but to build altars of earth for worship and burnt offerings. The Washita dug the mounds from the silt of the bayous and the rivers. Practically every mound site is located near the bend of a vital waterway. Mounds, earthen pyramids, can be found throughout the Mississippi River Valley, regions, its tributaries, and all adjoining lands from the Washita rivers to New York and from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. The existence of Washita mounds is an archaeological fact. Research funded by the U.S. Congress in 1879 charted over 10,000 mound building sites with over 200,000 remaining earthworks throughout the continental Washita proper. Damn. Damn. Located near the township of Richwood, one of several cities founded by the Empress, are the sacred grounds of the Washita lunar mounds. So yeah, she found her own cities and towns. Yeah, she did that shit. Whatever, you know, these Moors talk about doing it, she actually did it. She actually built her own fucking country. You see what I'm saying? One of her people, known as Old Grant, would pass and visit the people every month on his way to worship these mounds. You see what I'm saying? That was one of her ancestors as well. You see what I'm saying? So let's see here. They are acknowledged as a remarkable feat of astromancy, which is astronomy, and architecture. Although the complex is enormous, it represents a marvel of precise geomancy or geometry and civil engineering with artifacts dating back over 7,000 years. 7,000 years, y'all. The lunar mounds at Watson Break are so important they have recently drawn the attention of the National Park Service. The said state of Louisiana, the National Geographic Society, and the Smithsonian Institute. You see what I'm saying? So definitely. Let's see. Let me see, can I get y'all some pictures here? This is what Poverty Point looked like. Or what they call the Great Bird Mound. You know, what the indigenous call the Great Bird Mound. So let's see here. The most famous mound site in the Ouachita property is deceptively named Poverty Point. Ouachita civilization can be traced back well over 3,000 years in this area. The main mound is shaped like a bird with expanded wings. Standing over 75 feet in height, is believed to be the second largest earthen mound in said North America. Poverty Point has been recognized by the United Nations Committee on World Heritage Sites as an enduring example of human existence. Here we go. There you go. The Great Bird Mound is known as Poverty Point. So, then it says, recognize the largest earthen pyramid in North America. The ancient site was a cultural center for an advanced civilization of temple, mound / pyramid builders. These inhabitants had direct contact with the mound builders from across the continent. Later, major communities flourished at Etowah Mounds in Georgia, Spiral Mounds in Oklahoma, Cahokia in Illinois, and the Black Warrior River Mounds near Moundville, Alabama. The Bird Mound, and that's down the street from me, the Bird Mound, as it was called by the natives, is a larger replica of much older mounds found at Watson Break on the Ouachita or Cheetah River. The symbolism has been linked to the Maya and Olmec cultures of Mexico and Central America. You know, your colossal Olmec head, you know. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Here, archaeological excavations have uncovered artifacts carbonated earlier than 5,000 BC. These recent discoveries will undoubtedly rewrite the history of civilization in the Western world. More significantly, the study revealed that these mound builders were not nomads or wanderers, but the inhabitants maintained a permanent existence for millennia. Numerous artifacts have been discovered in layers dating back 6,500 years, 5,300 years, 4,200 years, etc., up to and beyond the arrival of the first Europeans around 1542. So they didn't even get here. So even after 1492, when Columbus came, they didn't get to North America till 1542. You see what I'm saying? They didn't start exploring this shit to the 1800s. You know, so I tell motherfuckers all the time, they just conquered America in the 1920s, officially. So they only been in power for 100 years. Let's see. The developments found these sites represent the oldest standing record of mound builders in said North America. So the people of this area was here we go. As one archaeologist stated, the people of this area in North America were sitting atop their mounds watching as the Great Pyramids of Giza were being constructed in Egypt. Huh? Whoa! I thought that Egypt was the oldest, you know, but it says clearly here. In the early 1970s, mound excavations north of Baton Rouge found artifacts carbon dated before 5,000 BC. Unfortunately, this site was destroyed by developers before it could be fully explored. As one archaeologist stated, the people of this area were sitting atop their mounds watching as the Great Pyramids of Giza were being constructed in Egypt. Yep. Check this out. This I'm about to read this to y'all. This is just one of the many fucking mounds. You got Bear Creek Mound, Farm Mound, Boyd Site Mound, over 10,000 years of pyramids in America. The village site was occupied as early as 8,000 BC. That's a long time, even for their fucking work. By hunters who stayed only long enough to prepare their kill. From the time of Christ to 100 AD, migratory people of this area practiced limited agriculture. Nearby fields and streams offered an abundance of nuts, fruits, game, and fish. These people shaped this mound and built a crude temple on its summit to house their sacred images. So yeah, mound builders. Yeah, it's all coming out now, right? Little by little, piece by piece. So 8,000 BC. The large sign above reveals the date of 8,000 BC for the Bear Creek site in northern Mississippi. Let's see here. Who we got here? This is the Moundville pyramid here. You see what I'm saying? The Moundville, Alabama, the Mound pyramid. Still got a house on that motherfucker. Now it got a house on this. You see what I'm saying? So they preserved it. There's a house on there. So I thought we didn't have house. I thought we just lived in fucking teepees. The Temple Mound at Moundville left one of over 20 earthen pyramids in Alabama near this ancient city on the Black Warrior River. They the Moundville River south of gambling site University is a remnant of the ancient the Moundville. The geometric ramps that climb the eastward face of this earthen pyramid in Etowah, north of Atlanta, Georgia. So you even got one in Georgia. You go to one in Georgia, a little small picture of it. The one in Georgia. So Atlanta. So we was everywhere, right? Are a testament to advanced science and engineering. So and then they asked why we call it an empire. The Washita Tunica Murs are a noble people of imperial bloodlines. But Murs developed one of the first known civilizations and government. We operate according to the laws of the Almighty Creator of the universe, natural law. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice are the principles that have always constituted our laws. There you go. There you go. That's just some of this. You see what I'm saying? Like it's surreal, right? You know, look how much I just disseminated in just a little time I had. I mean, shit. Everything that happened over the past 100 years, from Marcus Garvey to her, to New Orleans, to the Moorish Science Temple of America, to the Lost Tribe of Shabazz, aka the Nation of Islam, to the metaphysicians, aka Bobby Hemmett, on up to present day, is something, right? It's all linked together. It's all we together. They literally said Mu is the indigenous name of all the lands of the world, including present-day North America. We are Washita Murs of the Imperial Washita Nation. The indigenous people of said North America are not Indians. So yeah. Let me see here. Let me see here. So y'all get the point. At this point, you know, it's a lot of information. You know, that I blew through. You see here. There's two other topics that we're going to talk about. There's three other topics. First, the goddess left us a poem. Yeah. She left a poem. You just find it. Oh, here we go. I wanted to show, put that on record. Return of the Ancient Ones, the Empress of the Imperial Empire. So it is, so it must be. I came to set the empire free. Not my mother, not my daddy, not my sister, not my brother. Just me. In 1927, on Thursday, towards in the high noon, I came. Verdiasi Tiara, which is what her grandmother named her. That's her empress name. Washita Turner Galston is a name, a living remnant of the ancient ones. My ancestors' land I claim. I have no bombs, no bullets, no threats, no war. Just common sense and universal law. Retribution by constitution. By the law you did make, my land I will take. It has lain dormant so long in the land of Nod. Nod means to sleep, by the way. So the land of the sleeping ones. Yes, sleeping in God. Till it was time to wait for my imperial sake. Your morning breeze is a song of how you waited on me so long. My smiles are Thanksgiving too. My smiles are Thanksgiving too. I was born for you. I was coming down through time to claim you. You are mine. Oh my love, you have slept so long on the blessings from above. Till I came along, you took your nap under the conquistadors. You, my old chap, slept under the black codes of 1724. No man's land, locked inside the white man's law until I opened the doors. My smile is because you waited on me a while. Wake up, you sleeping giant. This is your black woman, for heaven's sake. Black man, awake. Come in, out of the dew. All of me is now waiting for you. The Empress of the Washita, they dug mound here. And they owe her in reparations $80 quadrillion. For shit they did. Literally, estimated. 80 quadrillion. Not trillion, not billion, quadrillion. You know, that's the number after trillion. America ain't even in debt $80 quadrillion. They ain't only in debt trillions. So I definitely wanted to read that. Let's see, that's one of the three. That's one of the three. There's two more here. Let's get to them. Alright. Next. Did y'all know the Empress Verdiasi actually infiltrated the group known as the Ku Klux Klan? Did y'all know that? She infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan, y'all. She literally bought a fucking white robe or made it, and she wore it, and she went to one of their rally meetings. She referred to herself as a spook. Now, spook is Dutch for Old Dutch and Old English for specter, ghost, apparition. Specter, ghost, or apparition. Now, that connects us to what? The spook who sat by the door with John Freeman. You see what I'm saying? With John Freeman. What did he say? What did old John say? How we gonna fight these motherfuckers? He told us, he spit game to us way back when. You know, hold on here. Let me get it. Let me get here.
Everything on this table can be obtained easily from the drugstore or wholesale medical supplies. If we can get sophisticated equipment, we'll use it, but we don't rely on it. We live off the land. We match technology with spontaneity and improvisation. Men against machines, brains against computers. Now, if you don't think it can work, you check out Algeria, Kenya, Korea, and Vietnam. Can you dig it?
Did you hear what he said? He said, and I quote,
Off the land. We match medical supplies. supplies. If we can get such a skilled equipment, we'll use it. But we don't rely on it. We live off the land.
We live off the land.
It's technology, it's spontaneity, and
We match technology with spontaneity
improvisation.
and improvisation.
Machines, brains against computers. Now, if you don't think it can work,
We man versus machine, brains versus computers. That's what he said.
check out Algeria, Kenya, Korea, and Vietnam. Can you dig it? I understand. Let's move.
So this is what your empress, our empress, did. She became a spook for a night, and she infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan. And she said while she was there, these motherfuckers performed the ritual. And she said that these niggas they were killing kids and eating them. Cannibalism and drinking the blood. Yep. Y'all think that shit is new? Y'all think that shit is a new concept? Nah, the world just not finding out about it. They been doing that shit. They been eating kids because they believe that they get the energy from them. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And they don't just kill black kids. They kill white kids too. They kill any kid they can find. First kid on the list. They don't discriminate when it comes to getting that energy. But their favorite are the melanated kids. You see what I'm saying? Are the melanated kids. So definitely. She became a spook. She seen that shit. She said, I went home and I just threw up. She said she was in the car throwing up when she seen them motherfuckers. She said I couldn't even stay there to see what they was gonna do. But we all knew what they was gonna do. They was gonna eat the kids. Hell. It was a horrifying sight to her. She was fucked up, y'all. She was fucked up. You see what I'm saying? So, this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on here. You know, shit. Yeah, those spooks. Those spooks are indigenous black assassins and agents who put in work to help free our land. Malcolm X is a spook. Fucking Martin Luther King is a spook. Shit. Hell. Anybody who infiltrated this motherfucker, we spooks. Hell, anybody who infiltrated this motherfucker to shut it down from within. See, it's incarnation is infiltration as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. So, definitely. So, let's see here. Last thing, make sure, that's it, that. Yep, talked about that. The names. Oh, goddamn. Your names. Oh, yes. Gotta put that on record real quick. Gotta put that on record. Your names are royalty, people. Your names are royalty. Y'all know that, right? Check this out. My last name is Jones, as y'all well know. This is the Royal Jones Chris in Europe. Jones. My grandmother's last name was A.G. That's A.G.E.E. This is the Royal Chris of A.G. in Europe. This is the royal family. Right? My father's last name was Williams. This is the Royal Chris of Williams. Damn. What's the chances of all three of them being royal families? You see what I'm saying? All three. You see 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3 around this motherfucker, y'all. The royal family Chris. The Jones family and the Williams family is Welsh, black Welsh. You know, we have black Welsh. You know that, right? The royal family and the black Wales or Welsh. You see what I'm saying? And AG, I think was forgot which one was AG. But I think the AG one was I think it was Germany or Italian, one of the two. But Jones is Wales and Irish. You see what I'm saying? Irish Wales. Damn. And they're connected to the Black Welsh. Literally, it was a sister. The song GoldenEye. she was Black Welsh. That y'all love for 007? A sister sung that, and she was Black Welsh. She from that bloodline, my bloodline. Yeah, over there. So that's why these corrupt ass Moors trying to get you to change your name. You don't have to change your name. Your name's already royal. If you don't believe me, even though I just showed you the proof, 3 family crests, royal family crests from over there. But if you don't believe me, go research your last name. Just type in the origins of whatever your last name is, and it's gonna come up, tell you what it means. Jones means son of John. John is the Baphomet, so son of the Christos, which is Pan. You see what I'm saying? Williams means will. It means will, consciousness, and one other word. And AG, I forgot what AG means. But y'all get my point. These are royal names and principles. Your names mean something. Your names are magical. What they did, like I told y'all, was they wrote y'all names on them fucking birth certificates and sold them into the stock markets. You see what I'm saying? So they sold y'all name into their their United States corporation. And to this day, y'all names fuel those corporations. And that's why before you awoken, they could attack you with their law, because they had your names or your energies trapped in the United States corporation. And that's why legalese affects you. It's a magical entity. Law, finance, military, and all the other shit works hand in hand to keep you locked down. It's a 7-fold system. The 3, the political system, judicial, legislature, and executive. Then you got your media, which is Hollywood or Hollywood, the realm of illusion. That's what Hollywood actually represents. That's what Hollywood means. It's a piece of wood that magical wood creates illusions if you smell it or ingest it. So let's be the 4th branch of the government. Then you got finance, which is Wall Street. You got big pharma, which is health, and then you got your military. You see what I'm saying? You got your military. So, and let's not forget religion. The religious orders. So yeah, it's a 7 to 8-fold fucking organization that you're dealing with here. When you're dealing with this stinking ass government. You see what I'm saying? When you're dealing with this stinking ass government. Definitely. Let me see, y'all still there? There we go. Back to life, baby. Back to life. The phone was dying on me. So, yeah. Y'all names mean something, people. Y'all names mean something. And the last thing I'm going to show you, hopefully I have time to show you. I got about 5% left. If it bear with me for that long, I got one more video for y'all. We'll be done. We will be done. You see what I'm saying? We'll be done.
These people were recorded as the oldest indigenous people on. Then when the Native Americans came across the Bering Strait, there were people already living here. These people had an established civilization that not only rivaled that of Egypt in its height, but is also much older. In fact, at the 1996 14th session of the United Nations Summer Conference, these people were recorded as the oldest indigenous people on Earth. In the next few minutes, we'll tell you about a very old and ancient people, the first Americans, the Washington Digga de Mountain. Although it is known by historians and anthropologists that an old and ancient people occupied this land before the American Indian, up until recently, not much effort has been made to educate the general public of this fact.
Legends and the stories that kind of hide the evidence for Washington and the Moors. Evidence of Washington
a time when scientists called the land Pangea, when it was one piece. So we have always been on this land. Poverty Point, located in Pioneer, Louisiana, near Monroe, is recognized as the second largest earthen pyramid in North America. This ancient site, called the Great Bird Mound by the natives, was a cultural center for the advanced temple, mound, pyramid civilization. Poverty Point, as it is currently called, is located in northeastern Louisiana, in Washington Parish, in the city of what is now called Monroe, or near Monroe. The Washington referred to it as the Bird Mound because there is a very large earthen mound in the shape of a bird with outstretched wings. In some places, it measures 70 feet high. The wingspan of the bird is 640 feet, and it actually measures 710 feet from the head to the tail. At the base of the bird, at the foot, there are 6 concentric ridges composing the earth, and the Washita actually had their homes located on these ridges that at one time measured as high as 5 feet.
Western education world, public point has been identified as the oldest community in North America, and that Poverty Point was a complete city in construction. Its dynamics, its the civil engineering that would design the city has been copied thousands of years, and the community is in the shape of a concentric ring, several concentric rings, and these rings are duplicated over and over again in the U.S. Congress, where the seats are laid out in the Roman Senate. They go to most entertainment venues, a theater. You'll find modern day theaters that are acoustically designed are in the same formation as Poverty Point. And Poverty Point being a place that is known to be as old as, or as young as, 12 centuries before the birth of Christ. You think of Poverty Point of a time that wasn't supposed to exist. Poverty Point, at its height, not its beginning, but at its height, was at least 1,000 years before any agriculture was supposed to occur in North America. So Poverty Point has served as an anomaly for years, but scientists came in and argued that there's no way this could exist. Archaeologists go into research, they don't even have a name for the time period that they find artifacts at Poverty Point. And what's more, at Poverty Point, not only did they find artifacts there that would date back 1,000 years, but they were enduring years, and then these people show the legacy of continuous occupation at Poverty Point. And that I mean that they would do research, they would dig down 1 foot, they might find something that was 4,000 years old, they might just find something 5,000 years old, further down 6,000 years old. So you have evidence of a legacy of continuous occupation.
A commonly known place right here in Baton Rouge, the Indian Mounds on LSU campus, is actually a Washita site that predates Poverty Point.
We know that history has taught us in Western culture that Indians were hunter-gatherers who supposedly came across the Bering Straits about 12,000 years ago and inhabited North America. You know, I'm here today to tell you that the mounds are not the product of an Indian culture. They're the product of the indigenous people, the original mound building, pyramid building, woolly head, black people. Here today at LSU, we'd explore some of the common history and mythology about the origin of the original civilizations in North America. Here in the Side Range, hunter-gatherers built these 2 mounds 12,000 years ago. I was on to read they are older than the great Egyptian pyramids and predate Poverty Point. Long believed to have been the oldest earthen mounds in North America. So here we have evidence once again of slight contradiction, but it's good because it's saying they are pyramids and predate the Egyptian pyramids in Egypt.
There y'all go. There y'all go. Let me see what I'm looking at here. 2%. There y'all go. Y'all see it for yourself, people. Now, that's more. Of course, that's always more. But those are the main points. You see what I'm saying, that I wanted to hit for y'all with this particular lecture. You see what I'm saying? Showing y'all that we was always here. You just heard it for yourself from your people. Older than the pyramids. Been here. Internationally known, internationally recognized. All of it is connected. All your prophets of the last 120 years work to weave all this together to show you that you are the ancient ones. And now it's time for you to rise once more. They set the foundation, whether it was in the realm of economics, whether it was in the realm of law, whether it was in the realm of nation, whether it was in the realm of spirituality, whether it was in the realm of cultural sciences, like Nuwabu. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Whether it was your occult sciences, Bobby Hennett. See what I'm saying? The rest of the people, you know, we can go on all day. But they all prophesied the return of a woman who actually outlived everybody. She didn't pass to 2014. You see what I'm saying? She didn't pass to 2014. And since she didn't pass 2014, that means she almost lived 100 years. Usually her whole family lived 117, 120 years. But the stress of dealing with the U.S. government, who was always fucking with her, probably just got to her finally. You know how these motherfuckers is. Plus, they're fucking up the planet worse. So the planet is in worse shape now than it's ever been, believe it or not. So, but her reign will never be forgot. You see what I'm saying? The Washita still live on today. They still doing their thing. Dr. Alim El Bey is one of the part of, if I'm not mistaken, part of the royal family now. He was anointed by the empress, if I'm not mistaken. You can go check his page out, dralimlbay.com. He got the whole history of the Washita. Y'all want to check it out more, but this is just my take on it, showing y'all everything that happened from Pangea to now, and how we've always been here, we still here, and we always gonna be here, and we here to transform this and transmute this realm into something new that's never been seen before. So with that being said, I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all share this with your friends, put the word out. You want to Cashapp me, donate, that's cool. Y'all can check out my other occult lectures on YouTube, and I'm out. Peace.